Hi, I'm Becky Collins, and today I'm going to read to you Story 35, The Tabernacle. After God gave Moses the Ten Commandments, he told Moses to build a tent. This was no ordinary tent because God was going to live in it. He was going to have a place to stay right in the middle of the Israelites' camp, and he was going to travel with them as they entered their new home in Canaan. God said this tent would be called a tabernacle. Inside, there would be special pieces of furniture, and God told Moses exactly how they should be made. Since this was God's house, everything had to be just right. God said to Moses, "Go and ask the people for the things we need to make the tabernacle and everything in it. I want each of them to give what their hearts want to give. I want everyone to have a part in making this place where I will live. We will need gold, silver, bronze, jewels, fine cloth, animal skins, and many other things." Do you know how the Israelites had gotten such valuable things? They were some of the gifts the Egyptians had given them when they left Egypt. Certain people were chosen to build the tabernacle and everything in it. The tent was one large room divided into two by a special curtain called a veil. The larger section was called the holy place, and the smaller square room was called the most holy place, because that was where God's presence stayed. The veil or curtain that separated the most holy place from the rest of the tabernacle helped the Israelites understand that God was holy. He could not live among sinful people. The outside walls of the tabernacle were not like the walls of our houses, because it was a tent. Instead, the walls were heavy curtains that hung on wooden poles. Layers of cloth and animal skins formed the roof of the tent to keep out the rain. Whenever God told the people to move their camp, the tabernacle could be taken apart to travel with them. Men from the tribe of Levi would pack up the main tent, the courtyard fence, and everything inside and set it up again wherever God commanded. Inside the most holy place where God's presence lived was a special piece of furniture called the ark. The ark was a reminder of God's presence. It was a chest made of acacia wood covered with a thin layer of pure gold. On each side there were 2 gold rings and 2 wooden poles covered with gold to slide through the rings. These poles were used to carry the ark so that no one would need to touch it, since this was where God's presence rested. The cover to the ark was called the mercy seat. It was made of solid gold. It had statues of 2 cherubim or angels, one on each side. They faced each other with their wings spread out over the mercy seat. God said to Moses, "Put the mercy seat on top of the ark, and inside the ark put in the things I will give you. That is where I will meet with you and give you the commands I have for the people of Israel." Did you know that in John's Gospel, God uses the word tabernacle to describe how Jesus came to earth? He tells us that Jesus came down from heaven to live or tabernacle among us. When God told Moses to make the tabernacle as a place for him to live, it pointed ahead to the day when Jesus would come to live with us. One of his names is Emmanuel, which means God with us.